So I have with me Noah, and we don't know what we're going to do or what we're going to talk about yet, but we're just going to see what unfolds naturally.
Absolutely.
You were very brave to say you would do this with me.
Well, yeah, thank you. I still have no expectations, and I'm still a bit unsure as to what this process is.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Right now.
So this seems a little less curated.
Exactly. Even just talking about that, I think is revealing. And I mean, we know this. We know when we see, when we see anything on social media or advertising. And social media sometimes is a gray area, but everyone's aware of how they represent themselves. Take social media away. How I greet people at the cafe as a barista. That in itself is very much rooted in truth, but it is a caricature too. It's a role. Maybe caricature is the wrong word, but I think of, I might be misrepresenting this tradition, but the Lila, you're familiar with in like Hindu mythology? Right, it's all like a play. It's all, it's all an illusion, and we recognize aspects of the illusion, so we play into it in certain ways. Right. Yeah, so it's really memorable, and it's really important when we get these little cracks through the Lila with people. I think that's why I'm here with you, is because our encounters are more than customer service encounters, right? There's little cracks in that script where we start to really see each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes, well, speaking of that job in particular, that's what makes it, that's what makes me glad to be there. It's not monotonous. It's, I leave feeling, fulfilled in some ways because I am getting to know people.
Yeah. I love that image of the little cracks in the Lila.
Yeah.
And little cracks where we're seeing each other, and that this conversation is an opportunity for that.
Right.
To have a little crack. It's a beautiful image.
And then as you get older, right, and you're in the routines, fewer cracks maybe. I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy travel so much. I think that's one of the comforting things about moving to this city, this very different environment, is because it's forced me out of that play that I knew so well, that role that I was performing so well, and there's been so many more cracks. So I guess the question is how to sustain that. And I feel like I've been rambling. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I didn't experience you as rambling. I experienced you as sort of unfolding this idea of the cracks, and there being less cracks as you get older, and valuing those cracks, and the new city or new experience like this is a new experience.
Totally.
You look forward to it because there are those cracks, and you could see, not only could other people see you and you see them, but you could see yourself too, right? In the cracks. Yeah.
So, seeing myself in the cracks. Yeah, I think that those moments when we are seen allows us to observe ourselves. So the crack is not only important because I'm making a connection with you, but also because I feel like seen by you, and I feel validated in a lot of ways. I think a lot about this on the trains. So back to the train.
Yes.
You probably know this as well as I do. We're all crammed in like sardines, and nobody can make eye contact.
Yes,
and sometimes I think of like,
experience.
and I'm like this close to somebody, and our eyes are there, and I wish sometimes I could just like, hey, like, where are you going today? But it's so taboo, you know. And I think it's.
What if you did?
Right, and I mean, you know, there have been moments where that has happened, whether, you know, incidentally or on purpose, you know, whether that's on my end or somebody else's, but it really does. It really shakes you from the Lila. You know?
Yes.
So,
but I'm really taken with your desire, your sort of passion for these cracks.
oh yeah, because without genuine connection, right, we're just, I don't know. That's what makes the days go by feeling more full. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes,
You know, when
I do. When you feel filled up with the day.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what it is that you do. I think as long as you're breaking through with people, and I guess to some degree with yourself too, of really being aware of what's happening and in the moment with it.
And how do you think we're doing that? How do you see the crack with us? What?
Well, like in this moment?
Yeah. What are you seeing of you, and what are you seeing of me?
It's a really good question.
You like the question?
Yeah, I think
it's a little edgy, that question, right?
Well, yeah, and I think like there's the easier answer to say is that I think that we're both very present right now. I feel presence, and I feel that you're present.
Yes.
Which is what makes it. I mean, essentially, that's what makes it so easy to speak my mind so fluidly. So then your question also may imply, like, what do I think of what I'm saying? And the truth is, I don't have judgments. Like, being in this state of flow, I haven't made judgments about what I'm saying, or necessarily what you're saying either.
The content isn't so important.
Well, the
what
content
you're saying and what I'm.
Right. I think it's a tricky question to answer, because the content is important. It's valuable.
Yes.
But what you asked me was, what do you think about like this moment, this space that we're, you know, communicating in the cracks of the play. Still only here because you're making a video for your practice. The play is still alive, but within it we're almost independently speaking. You know, we're letting that be and supporting this conversation, but still connecting. And I think
we're letting that be, that we're only here in this moment for this video.
Right.
But we're letting that be, and we're supporting this conversation.
Yeah, I think that, so there's a couple thoughts. There's a couple threads of the conversation to keep up with. I think that that's a really cool idea. The illusion, so to speak, the Lila, if we could find maybe a more apt word, I think that those work for the moment.
I like Lila.
It's still there to support. It still has the capacity to support us, like shedding those facades, shedding the scripts that we so often use to engage each other. So it's interesting because without it, it may not be so possible. I'm not sure if I have a decision on that yet. But
So let me see if I get that.
Yeah.
But without the regular props, like you're serving me coffee.
yes, perfect prop.
And I'm saying, how is your day, right?
Yes, good morning. How is your day, Lynn? Would you like an iced cappuccino?
Yes, and I would, of course. Yes, without that.
Without that, there's no room for that supports this. That's the platform for this. It makes this crack in our script possible, is that the script exists in the first place.
That the script exists in the first place makes the crack. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.